Hope you enjoy everyone. Thanks for watching. This is Sellavin. I was giving my latest review on Naruto Shippuden, episode 472. You better. This was by far gotta be Obito's episode, cause this is his last moments, his last living moments. Obito sacrifices himself, overall, uh, making sure Kakashi lived, and he wants to make sure that Kakashi stays behind and to make sure he looks after Naruto and stuff, watch out for him the best he can, make sure he lives. As overall, he gave his life, overall. It's I'm gonna do this as best as possible and as fast as possible, because this is filler. Because this is even though it's canon, especially to the canon to the manga, a lot of this is filler because we get to see flashback stuff they did to extend the story. This was Obito's episode, where you get to speak and stuff. Kaguya, finally killing him. Black Setsu just talking stuff, talking, saying he's a goner, also trying to heal him, but it's hopeless. He is a goner. He's not going to survive this, and that part is true. He's not going to survive. Seeing how Obito, how his life went through, we get to see flashbacks of all the things he's done in the past. How his life literally spiraled out of control. Oh, the darkness in his heart, seeing the death of Rin, him attacking the hidden leaf, him using the Naito, him forming the Akachi, him manipulating the Mizukage, him, forming the group, hiding from behind the shadow, making it look like Pain was the leader, him hiding, starting from behind, him starting the war, declaring himself Madara Uchiha, him fighting his own against his own home village, him causing so much death, destruction, and lives that were lost. Like he literally can't erase the pain and suffering that he caused. Like all those lives that were involved in this war, all those people, all those souls that everything he's did up to this point, all those darkness, it can't be erased. Even though he's tried to redeem himself, tried his best to, fought back and tried to redeem himself as best way possible. It's all, he can't undo the pain that he's done. He can't undo the suffering and all the hope, all the things that he's went through, all the pain. You can't just ignore that. And in the end, he was like Naruto. He was a lot like Naruto. He was the Naruto of his generation. He could have easily become Naruto and vice versa. Naruto could easily become him. I mean, Naruto said himself when he went after Sasuke. I would imagine what it was like if our roles were reversed. Or if that was me, like basically saying I would have been the one who ran away seeking revenge, turning his back on his friends, his home, his village, and turning his back on his comrades. That's something you got to think about. In the end, Obito, he never got to see his dream. Like, he wanted to be Hokage so badly, but he never got to experience that. He never got to experience becoming Hokage. He never saw that. He never saw that through to the end. He never did. He ultimately never did, which is a pity. He was hoping, he wanted his dreams to come true the most. Like, he wanted him, like Naruto, he was a nobody. He wanted to rise up. He wanted to come back to see his friends again. And he'd been through hell, lost his arm and his eye, and he wanted to see his friends again. And ultimately, knowing that the person he loved died, and the other person, and the other eye he gave his Sharingan to, ultimately, he didn't know what happened to him, and ultimately thought of him, as dead. He never got to see Mr. We even got to see glimpses in this episode of what his life would have like if he had returned and if he came back and didn't know, what it would like if he achieved his dream, like him having the support of Kakashi, him of his fellow ninjas, his people, the ninja, the shinobis, and the people of his generation, and the people supporting him, living in the village, and ultimately becoming Hokage and having Kakashi by his side. Like, he never got to experience that, overall. Because this is a very, very, very sad character, overall. A character who lost, who wanted everything, but ultimately lost it and went down this pit of darkness. And, I mean, darkness, breeds other darkness. And this is something I learned in a quote from Star Wars. I can't believe I'm quoting Star Wars. When I'm saying this, it's not technically Star Wars, but it's a saying: "Evil isn't born; it's taught." You know, him ultimately leaving him, but ultimately he's leaving. Finally, he did what he did, and he ultimately did. He ultimately did what he did. He couldn't change that, but he made sure that he could leave his dreams behind for the future, or for someone else to fill that shoes. He left that for Naruto, or someone else who was locked like him, who shared his dream, who admitted he saw a lot of himself in Naruto. Someone who can accomplish his dream and could be, and will be Hokage. This last words, you better become Hokage, and Kakashi to look out for him, and in the end, and he passed on. He died. He died. He may have did a lot of evil things, but he died. He died. A sacrifice, a noble. He died. Sacrificing himself to make sure that they would win. Even though Obito is dead and Black Setsu is still talking nonsense about him, a traitor, and Naruto, seeing how Naruto, lunges at him and cut off Kaguya's head, saying don't talk trash to Obito because some like him who was cooler than me, basically because he was a lot like me, you know, he was a lot like me. He was a lot like me, He basically saying Obito was him, you know. Overall. Overall, it was a good episode. I liked it. Even though it's a bit fillerish because of the flashback, it's something you got to consider. I like it overall. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Really, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Sullivan Adams. Looks like we're getting close to the end of Naruto because we just got Bleach yesterday, and now we're getting close. And now we're going to get the end of Naruto. Overall, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you. This is Sullivan Adams giving my latest review you on Naruto Shippuden episode 472. And seeing the end of that episode, knowing that Obito's finally united with Rin, that was from the manga too. Can't wait to see what happens next. We're gonna see a surprise. Hope it good. Thanks for watching. Around. Bye.